for his meal, and it was I'll be sure and Heavy D, and I paid for the meal, and I literally walked up and I was just like, hey man, thank you for everything. Like, you changed music. You guys changed music, and thank you for that. And that was all. That was my way of saying thank you. They always say never meet your heroes, but I had to do that. Like, that music right there was everything to me. That's all I had, you know. All I did was listen to rock music. I mean, I did, but I'm more of the, if it's a hit, then I gravitate towards it. Like when AC/DC comes out with, you know, Back in Black, or, you know what I mean?
You have confidence in the
Pearl Jam, you know what I mean? Any that's whenever it's like that, then I gravitate towards it. But I don't go deep into the B sides of it. I'm a Beatles fan. You know what I mean? I'm not rock. I'm more of that R&B soul.
I'm just blown away that so many comedians come in here. You throw on music and they fucking spill their guts.
Yeah.
Why do you get into music? You are like sort of a DJ.
I love it, man. You know, I think also because Filipino, my Filipino side, my mom's side, it's all about music. It's literally, my sister became a singer in Vegas. For 20 years, she was a lounge act. You know, that was my first time actually tasting a Vegas stage, was when my sister was in between a set, and she goes, hey, my brother does comedy, and I went up at the Stardust. Remember the Stardust before they tore that shit down? So I went up at the Stardust, and it was a bar. They were playing a bar. This is so Vegas right here. It was a bar, and behind the bar where they put the bottles was her band. Like, they literally gave her this desk right here was their stage. They had a fucking drum, 2 guitars, and my sister singing lead with the guitar player, and they were doing it. They were doing 4 sets a night, you know what I mean, from 8 to 1 a.m. And she brought me up one night, and I remember I was being dirty. It was my first, you know how it is when you first start. It was just dirty. And then the pit boss came and he was like, hey, get him up. What the fuck? Can't be talking like that. We got people gambling. But that was my first taste of a Vegas stage, and that was it. I was addicted.
You grew up in Seattle.
I grew up in Tacoma, which is 45 minutes from Seattle.
Never did comedy?
No, man. I told everyone I was going to be one, though. No, I used to sign a phone book. I was living with my roommate, William, and I used to sign the phone book. This is how old I am. Just for your listeners, I'm very fucking old. 48. And thanks, man. And I was signing the phone book, just sign every page. Phone. And that's back then when people needed phone books. We didn't have our phones back then. You needed a fucking phone book. And I remember he was looking for like something in the phone. He was like, "Yo, stop fucking signing the phone book. What are you, famous?" Said that to me, and I was like, "Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Yeah, I'm practicing my signature now." I was joking. But actually, underneath it, no, man, I was actually resented him for that. I remember I used to, we don't talk anymore, by the way, William and I. He's my best friend all the way through, but that's when you realize, when you get to that fork in the road, you're just like, you're so fucking driven that shit isn't gonna help me. You know what I mean? That kind of fucking, what are you gonna be famous? That's not gonna help me. That little whatever you're saying right there does not help me. That brings me down. So I don't need that. Let me go. And that's what I did. I let him go. It was a sad day. My sister, still talks to him, but I don't want to go back to that. Like I'm so fucking focused. I just want the right pieces around me. I don't have time for that bullshit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go that way.
No, I want you to understand something different.
Thanks.
Tell me what they were.
Yeah.
What's in your soul. It's weird that you were doing that subconsciously.
Yeah.
100% knew you were doing. I didn't have the ball.
Yeah.
I would have got disappointed. The disappointment would have been too much.
Yeah.
So I went more I'm not paying attention, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But did you ever watch the 30 for 30 with Jim Valvano?
Oh, yeah, man.
First practice, we made him cut the nets.
Yeah.
To practice being champion.
So amazing.
That right there, you look at that and go, how come I never thought of that?
Yeah, man.
They cut the nets to see how it feels to cut the nets down. And they got a taste of that. That went into their subconscious. And it just
they manifest
and it works. It works.
And you know what's crazy, Joey, is how he did that in the 80s. Like right now, a lot of people are kind of in touch with that now about manifestation and really believing in it and telling yourself. But imagine back then when that wasn't up. There was only a few people that really thought like that. You know what I mean? And they did it. And that he was one of them, man. I don't even think he told people he had kids. Did he? You know what I mean? I don't even know if he actually knew or what, but I think he kept that to himself. Right? And it's just like, fucking amazing. It's just so amazing that it's cool to see people manifest their future and really taking a hold of whatever it is that they're passionate about.
What's that dancer that went bankrupt and whatever? It doesn't matter.
MC Hammer
used to sell albums.
Yeah.
He would back his car up and sell albums.
Bro, I was watching a documentary on Hammer. Oh, yeah, you are good, Joey. Goddamn, yeah, because I was watching the documentary and he had a deal with Capitol Records. And he turned it down. I'm going to make up a number. Let's just say it was $1 million deal, okay? Which is a lot of money for a rapper back then, right? And he turned it down because he said, I can sell more of them out of the back of my trunk outside of a nightclub. He would literally take his single that he produced himself, go to a nightclub, beg the DJ to play it or tip him a little bit of money, make him play it in rotation. And once that song came on, he went to the floor and just started dancing because he knew everyone was going to watch him dance. And then literally he would just wait outside, and as the nightclub would close, he would just stand at the back of his car and people would walk up to him. Yo, you're the guy that was dancing. He's like, yo, that was my song. Boom, and he'd sell it out the back of his car. That's the shit.
You know, all that shit always affects me. Yeah, always touches me. Jamie Foxx called his name Jamie Foxx. It sounded like a girl, and he knew he would stay time.
Life ready.
What?
Genius.
That's 365.
See, what kind of fucking thought process
So when
is
you
that?
hear
That's amazing.
When you hear that
Yeah.
shit, you go, oh, that's how I gotta run this
Yeah, man.
game. I gotta be that slick.
Yeah.
To run this game.
Yeah.
He would go to the comedy store and he knew he put his real name down. He was a guy.
Yeah.
When we put Jamie Foxx, they thought he was a girl.
You gotta be kidding me. That's genius.
And his grandmother, you never saw that at the studio?
Uh-uh.
His grandmother used to
There's
have
nothing
to
like
take
clear skin and
care of
movement.
him. He was a kid.
Yeah.
Everything.
Someday you're gonna need this fucking piano.
AbbVie can help you save.
They're playing Ray Charles.
Dude.
This
That's the
broadcast is
shit that
presented
you
by
sit there and
authority of
go,
the International Olympic Committee
Man,
and may not
why
be
you have to pay
reproduced or
attention. This is
retransmitted
why.
in any
Yeah,
form
man.
without
All
the
that
express
stuff.
written
When you watch
consent of the
Rocky,
International Olympic
he didn't
Committee.
manifest himself.
Mhm.
He went back.
NBC and
With
Michelob Ultra
fuck
present
Rocky up.
Get
If you-
Ahead.
because I was watching it the other night.
Rising to
It's
the
such a
top
good
of
movie.
Saturday's
Yeah.
events.
But think what
Will
changed
Team
him. The
USA
button that
reign
changed
supreme
him
on the
is when he
hardcourt
went to the
and
arena
edge.
and he told the guy that his shorts were colored. The color was wrong on the shorts.
You have to
And the
have
guy
the
hit the
moves.
ball with the cigar
And the
and
track
says,
will be
it doesn't
on
really
fire.
matter. I think you're gonna give him something to fight.
NBC's
And
coverage
just
of
look
the
at
Paris
him,
Olympics
just
is
click.
brought to you
Yeah.
by
And his head,
Michelob Ultra.
oh shit. And he was after
Superior
thought
light
He let it affect him.
All right,
He
so
went
it's
back,
two-time
woke up
gold
Adrian.
medal winning
Yeah.
distance runner
You know,
Stefan
he told him
Son
he
is
was
competing
scared.
at her third Olympics.
And that was it.
Here
He
in
went
Paris,
in there to
though, the
fight
Dutch
for his
star
death.
has decided
Yeah.
to
Instead of
up her
fighting like
workload.
that.
Now,
All those
Son
type of
Blue Quest
stories
is the inspiration
are
for
everyday
track
stories
team
that
on our Olympic mixtape.
you have to pay
Maria
attention
Taylor's
to as a
version.
young man
So back in Tokyo,
Mhm.
to see how to get
1500
across
meters
that.
and
Yeah.
won both the
These are the
5,000
little
meter
things
and
he
the
had to
10,000
do.
meter gold
I put
medal.
about 2
Here
years
in
ago.
Paris, she's going for even more.
I thought Sylvester Stallone was just a lucky guy.
Already done that. And then today
then
she moved
I started
up to
watching
the
the
10K
Rambo started
and won her
coming out.
second bronze
Yeah.
at these
I
games.
started remembering
Congratulations.
the
But
Rockies
here
and the
comes,
Expendables.
okay, the
You know.
kicker. She's
He's
going
up
to
to
run
Rocky
in the
8.
marathon
Yeah.
as
I
well.
just watched
Yes,
Creed
26.2
Yeah.
miles.
That's
And
right.
she's
I didn't even
going
think
for
about that.
it.
Creed 2 is
Run a
part of
total of
the Rocky
38.6
franchise.
Olympic miles.
Holy shit.
Honestly,
I think it's 8. Don't get mad at me, but think about
so,
what
Savon,
you have
you're
to
doing
do to
something.
create
You're
what he
built
created.
different.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to
Years
check in
later,
with the Day
you know,
14
you got the
medal
John Wick
sponsored
series, you
by
got the
Delta. The United
you got
States
the other
still
guy that's got a
on top
great
of the standings
series,
with 111
but nobody's
overall
really
medals,
done Rockies.
33 of which are
4 or
gold,
5
which is
Rambo.
tied for China for
And
most
he's
in that
doing Rocky
category.
9.
Yeah.
Now in Tokyo, the gold medal race is
And
down
the
to the
Expendables almost
wire
there,
with the
yeah.
US
Holy shit, the
taking
Expendables are up to
39
almost 4, I
Maybe
think.
3 or 4
all
years.
over again.
Dude, that's amazing.
You know, here's a guy that gave away his dog because he couldn't feed him.
Today, she won the 400 meter
Here's a guy
Olympic
that
gold
took
medal,
a script
the
and
first
said,
ever
no,
won
you're
by
not going to let
woman in
Ryan
any
O'Neal
sport
play Rocky.
from the Dominican Republic.
No.
All right, we did it all. Breaking
amazing.
battles,
Yeah, you
pizza
know that.
acrobatics,
No, yeah, he
IOC
fought him to the
president,
end,
and
like
Coach K.
100 grand. When they shot that scene with the...
But he was the director of Rocky, right?
No,
Oh, this whole time I thought he directed
he
Rocky.
wrote it, I think. He wrote it. See who directed Rocky.
So then he directed Rocky 2 then, right? Fuck. This whole time I thought he was.
I don't think he had juice to like 4. Start telling about.
Oh, really? Oh, man, I've been telling the wrong story this whole time.
This is John G. Avildsen.
Oh, I've been telling the wrong story, man. I always thought like Stallone was one of those wrote it, directed. You know what I mean? I thought Rocky was his baby.
Wow, there's got a little bit of
I'm Dan
whatever.
Nelson, head coach
Uh-huh.
of the Seattle Kraken.
people have raised their hands. I just heard a very interesting story. I heard a story that, and my buddies are going to kill me for saying it because this is the podcast, that Sylvester Stallone had a script. No.
Enjoy, let's go.
Sylvester Stallone went to Bayonne to train for Chuck Wepner. And Chuck Wepner had a notebook with all his notes in it. But when he went to train, Chuck Wepner's trainer told him no because he had done poorly. So Sylvester Stallone took Chuck Wepner's notebook and he wrote Rocky.
Really?
Yeah. The Expendables.
New 24 Tacoma for $389
It was one of Eddie Bravo's students who wrote it.
24 Forerunner for
What?
All Sylvester Stallone
4.99
took
APR
him to a
financing.
meeting.
Come in today.
Sylvester said yes.
Toyota, let's go
He
places.
never heard from the guy again. And one day he's sitting in his living room when a commercial comes on showing the Expendables. So he sued him.
It was another packed house and packed
If
day
you
in Starter
remember the
Frost.
Expendables, they said written by Sylvester Stallone. They put that guy's name. Then he went on to write Godzilla and some other stuff.
She
But
won
the
the
original
5,000
story
already
is
and looking to
he
double
got
in the
that presented
10,000.
to Sylvester Stallone.
This is crazy.
So, yeah, because it really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Did he have something like that with Rocky too? With Rocky?
Something. That's what I'm saying. That's Chuck Wepner.
Oh, that's a Chuck. Oh, no shit.
Listen, whatever happened, you didn't protect yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You should have known better when to win your lunch. You should have been prepared who you're dealing with in the city. But still, he kept it alive. It's like when they always say Led Zeppelin took a lot of music. Well, you know what, man? I know they didn't take. It's like when they got accused of taking Stay Where They At. They probably did. They probably did take that melody. But who's going to overturn that in today's world? When you hear the first 3 chords of Stay Where They At, you know, everybody in high school lost a friend. They put that album on. You're going to reverse it now? Yeah. How many people got buried with Led Zeppelin fucking 4 or whatever the song that album is on 4, I think. They call it something now. How many people got buried with that Led Zeppelin? But these stories I tell you about Jamie Foxx, and I got 1,000 other ones that really, you know, Ricky Ricardo, his parents sent him from Cuba to his private school because Batista was out of control in the United States, out of Cuba, out of control. Yeah, and they knew they were next. Either Batista was going to shoot him, so they wanted to protect Ricky Ricardo, so they sent Ricky Ricardo. What's his name? Real life?
Desi Arnaz. Yeah.
Private school in Miami.
This is before he was Desi Arnaz?
Before he was Desi
Was he
Arnaz.
famous in Cuba?
No. He was a kid that sang and played the guitar.
And they got him out of there.
Good looking. They got him out of there. But guess who his schoolmate was in Miami?
Who?
Capone's.
Get out.
So Christmas time, everybody's going to their respective houses for Christmas. And there's this little Cuban kid going, I got nowhere to go. Capone's father said, your son said, you're coming with me. Took him to Chicago. It's 1940. They're going to solve a fucking Cuban was. And this guy walks in with pointy shoes saying, hello. And Capone fell in love with him. And one day he called Capone and said, I want to play this club in New York. Capone made the call. And that's the story. That's
Are you fucking kidding me? That's a real story?
real story. So,
And then somewhere he met Lucille Ball.
yeah.
Which is even more crazy.
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 The opportunities never end. So
Never ends.
now, all those type of stories now, before I went to prison, you guys know what happened.
Yeah.
Before I got locked up, I probably went to 3 Anthony Robbins seminars.
Before.
Yeah, they just put me in jail. That's it. They just made my fucking crime game stronger.
Yeah.
Anthony Robbins like motivated me to steal more. Like, what is that?
Yeah. Oh,
In
man,
those
that's
days,
good.
it was like your eyeball saw it, and then it registered in your mind and set off a certain trigger. I don't know what trigger he set off, and I couldn't stop smoking coke. Anthony Robbins pushed me over the side.
That's
I walked
funny.
down one of those coals. I couldn't stop smoking coke.
Yeah.
What fuck?
You motivated me to snort more coke.
You wanted me to kidnap a motherfucker. I manifested it. I became a kidnapper.
That's hysterical.
Anthony Robbins, so I don't talk with Anthony Robbins no more. I would talk to him if you paid me.
Yeah.
It's sexual abuse.
I was gonna say he might be going to jail.
Yeah, he's going to jail too.
Is he?
Something
He
happened.
got like 4 or 5 people accusing him right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dog. These guys are fucking disgusting.
I was just watching this thing on Instagram. It's one of those late night wormholes that you get in when you just start going through the feed. And it was this guy that bought his private jet from the guy that has the studio. He does the one that does all what is bad pod right now? The one that does the what the fuck is his name? He does the man, what is the name? The black actor. He does the gray wig and the Medea. What's the name of that?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. Fuck me. I'm sorry. Can we cut all that, please? No, he's not. He just sold his plane. The thing is, he just sold his plane, but the guy that bought the plane is one of those evangelists who ask for money, get money from everybody. And this news reporter went up to him and was like, hey, we heard you bought Tyler Perry's private jet. How does that feed the poor? You know what I mean? Like, how does all your money that you said that you need to help feed the poor, how does that justify this private jet you just bought from Tyler Perry? And it's just like, these guys are just such fucking creeps. You know what I mean? It's like, when you hear stories like Anthony Robbins,
4 or 5 planes. It's like this.
yeah, you hear something like, because you see Anthony Robbins and he's motivating people and blah, blah, blah. And then you hear this shit. And you're just like, everything he talked about just went to shit. Yeah, and it's just like this evangelist. It's just like, here you are, you're manipulating people that are in need and, they're desperate and they're on their last, whatever it is, and they give you their dollar or whatever it is that you ask for. Then you go buy a fucking jet from Tyler Perry. It's like, fuck you, man. I mean, it's. I am when the holiday comes. You know what I mean? My son, he goes to a Catholic school, but I think it's because my mom's Filipino and it was in me, and it's like, and it's just.
You don't put. Listen, I'm a Catholic in my heart. But if you think I'm going to get up on a Sunday and go sit with those hypocrites, no, I'm not going to go sit in the first 3 rows. All those guys are cheating.
Yeah.
They're fucking some little 12-year-olds. Like, something ain't fucking right. And, I feel like the people who sit closer to the priests, they're the biggest fucking scumbags.
The closer you are.
People who sit in the first 5 pews, the fucking scumbags. They're the ones
Isn't that crazy?
who lie and they wear the suit and they lie. When I go to church now, if I go to
Joey, I'm sorry to interrupt you. That's fucking genius thought. You're so right. The closer, fuck, man, I've been saying this forever, man. It's the people that put themselves closer to goodness are the ones that are hiding shit. I call those fuckers magicians. They're like modern day magicians. It's like, I'm so evil, but here's a smoke cloud. You know what I mean? And divert the attention to someone else that's doing some wrong shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not bad. Look, this guy's bad. Those people that sit on the soapbox and preach about how bad people are, they're the fucking worst.
Money and they take the communion.
Yeah, man.
And they do the whole thing, and they invite the father over for dinner.
Yeah.
And why I'm saying this is because in '87 I sold cars. This guy came in once, the insurance guy, we started talking. And when he came in, he was 40. I was 25. He was with a chick that was my age. And then looking at convertible Chrysler. Chrysler convertible was big.
Yeah.
And then I became friendly with the guy. I would call him up one day. He goes, I know your father-in-law. Sacred Heart Church. And I went to church that Sunday. It was the first fucking pew.
That was right there.
Shaking everybody's hand next to his fat, overgrown fucking wife with 400 pounds. And they're just shaking and hugging people like this motherfucker.
Just being so phony.
And I told my father-in-law, I threw him under the bus. My father-in-law was, that guy's been a piece of shit for 30 years. He didn't have to tell me nothing because I can't stand what he says the first fucking row.
That's so true.
And that's when I put that. But Filipinos, Cubans, a country is a mixture of everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's got labor in the country. And let their seed.
Yeah.
The Africans, the Chinese,
That's so
the
true.
Irish. There's just so many different.
You go to Asia, you will find a Gonzalez. And that's the truth.
That's the truth.
You'll find a Santos.
Wasn't Tony Gonzalez Filipino?
Yeah, but I have a Gonzalez in my family.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
I have a De La Fuente and a Santos
And I
too.
know a Diaz, but spelled with an E.
Yeah.
In Filipino, 11 years ago, used to be posting on Facebook
Yeah.
for the show.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a fucking crazy place. But the Catholicism, like Edwin San Juan's uncle was
Yeah.
as another uncle, I went to church every day. The people that are Mercy's godparents, they're church people.
Yeah.
They don't miss church. They drink before the morning, and Domino's, and Lumpia,
Yeah.
and the whole fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's ready.
Mahjong.
The carne, the fucking really good beef.
Yeah.
Asada.
Asada. Yeah. Beef tapa.
Beef tapa. That
Yeah.
shit puts you in- I don't fuck with the pigeons.
No.
That scares me a little bit.
I don't think we eat pigeons, Joey.
Yes, they do. Filipinos eat pigeons. You always got magicians outside the house fucking with sticks. We want our pigeons back.
You got a magician protest?
You got the Filipinos that just see magicians out there.
Hilarious.
We want our lumpia back. You can't eat our utensils. Remember last year when they made that movie Clown?
Yeah.
About 2 weeks later, this is not a joke. It was in the paper. They had a parade, a thing where a bunch of clowns went down to protest that movie because they were losing work for the summer. Remember it came out like
Stop
in April?
it. You're talking about it?
Yes.
Come
When that
on.
movie came out, people were canceling clowns left and right.
That's
So clowns said, that's it, enough. So they went down
The clown was Dangerfield?
They-
The clown was Dangerfield?
2,000 clowns went downtown with suits on, saying, take the movie out. We'll lose the summer work and shit, because the movie came out and fucked up all the people were canceling clowns.
That's funny.
Like, fucking get a leg.
Yeah. Get a Power Ranger.
Yeah. Go get a plug of the lag and get a Power Ranger.
Oh my God.
I'm like, it's some of the shit people do.
Is your daughter into like for the birthdays hiring like a Power Ranger or a Spider-Man? Because my son was never into that. Never. Man, I went to a birthday party with my son and they had a Spider-Man with like regular Nikes on, and my son was just. That's when I knew my son was cool. He was like, does Spider-Man have Nikes on? But all the other kids were just buying into it. Oh, fucking Spider-Man! My son was like, does Spider-Man have Nikes on?
There's always one motherfucking kid. There's like, I don't know about this Santa.
Yeah.
My daughter's not big on Santa.
My son either.
She's like, hi, how you doing? You want to sit on my lap? Fuck you. Not really. I'm not in the fucking mood for something.
Nah, Santa, I saw you first row at the church the other day. I know what kind of Santa you are.
That's right. It's crazy.
I love that analogy that you said that because now that I think about it,
My heart.
no, I'm talking about the seating in the church because literally I'm the one that sits in the back.
I sit right in the back because I'm a sinner.
Yeah, I'm a sinner.
It's never going to change. I sit in the last pew. When I go to church twice a year, I get up on Sunday early at 7:30 minutes and do a couple of runs.
Yep.
And I go to sit in the back and look at the glass.
Yeah.
12 steps. I love all that shit. I was raised in that shit. But all the politics of the church and talking and all that, I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved.
No.
And I still remember, I made my confirmation when I was 30 years old. When I got divorced, I was like, I got the devil in me. So here I am sitting with 12-year-olds in a confirmation class every Thursday afternoon and shit. 27 years
Can
old.
you shoot all your stories?
High as a kite.
Could you shoot your
High as a
stories?
kite with 12-year-olds learning about fucking Jesus. This is fucking great. No, I believe in it 150%. I believe that there's a God.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jesus came down here and fought the Jews hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
I think it's a little stretched out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know what I was always thinking, Joey, is before the internet, before all this shit, right? Like, I feel like Jesus, this is me just tripping one day. I feel like Jesus was like, imagine if David Blaine was back then. Imagine David Blaine back then when Jesus reigned. Maybe that's who that was. Because right now you see David Blaine, you're like, all right, cool. The internet, we know that that's tricks. We can go to like, how did he do that.com and it'll show us. But imagine back then when there was no internet.
Do they have how they do that?
No, I'm just saying, like they got that one magic show where they were like giving off the how they did it. Yeah, they were fucking them. Yeah, you remember that?
Oh yeah.
The unmasked magician. He was giving off all their secrets and shit. But like, imagine before all that when you were David Blaine and you were showing people all this trickery. Like, wouldn't you be like a prophet? You know what I mean? I mean, how old is magic? It's probably older than Earth. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, it's in the Bible, sorcery, wizards, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe that was what David Blaine was. Maybe he was just a really good, he was a good guy doing some Jesus Christ stuff. Do I sound stupid right now?
No, you have to look at it from all different.
You got to look at it that way, because if you look at it like us today, and David Blaine would not be a prophet. But imagine him doing that shit back then. Minds would be fucking blown.
You wouldn't even have to be that good.
No.
You know how they say walk on water? Have you seen David Blaine stand on a fucking telephone pole 300 feet for 4 days without sleep? Like, imagine doing that back then. Not knowing any. I don't know. I'm just tripping.
No, that's the truth. I can't even. It's funny. I started doing comedy in Wyoming. I started in Denver. So.
Wow, you were Eastern Washington.
No, I started in Denver. So
Denver.
My first got on stage was the comedy.
Wow.
And then I started getting a few gigs like in '93. And I would go to like Wyoming, Nebraska. That was my turf.
Yeah.
No New Mexico, Arizona, but like one-nighters. But I remember being in Summit quite a while.
Yeah.
And Tribble had a magician. And they were like, they were tripping. They were tripping.
Yeah.
People were tripping.
Like on the verge of worship.
The guy was creepy.
Yeah.
He had kids in the trunk. Something wasn't right with this guy. He had to leave in a hurry.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. I was like, man, those people in Wyoming, that night, they really couldn't handle the magician. Like, they laughed, they clapped. They were like, it's like throwing a hypnotist in there. And then one night I'm in a comedy club, and you've been in a comedy club, you're about to go up.
Yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 away from you, and you're just focusing on your jokes. And you listen.
Yeah.
You hear Jerry Rothschild. The magician. And the audience kept saying, take them off. It's voodoo. You have to pay for that. That's Satan. And I asked them, was that a true story? I was dying.
Yeah.
Because I've actually seen it.
Yeah.
Small communities that they didn't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
I asked him, he was Joey, you should have been there. The guy not only complained during the whole show, he called the cops.
Really?
Here's a Satan lover. He's doing magic tricks. How many people believe in Satan do that thing? The guy called the cops. The magician.
That's so funny. 911.
What
I think Satan's on stage right now.
What kind of magicians do you remember?
Now, I opened for, my sister used to open for a magician. That was the funniest shit ever.
So I'm saying.
She was a solo, and that he hired her just to like MC and introduce the next bit. So when he would go backstage and change into his next magic outfit, she would sing and then go, "Are you guys ready for more amazing Danny?" or whatever the fuck his name was. It was the old Hooters. You know where Hooters is in Vegas now?
Yes.
That used to be called the San Remo Hotel, and they had just a cheesy magic show. I hope. He's probably a fan of yours, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna hear this shit. But he had she opened for him. It was, man, we would go and laugh, man. My sister's like, please, you gotta come watch this. People are fucking amazed by some of this shit. And it's fucking awful magic. And it was awful magic. There was one bit where she had to like shove a chow, it's the chow that has the black tongue, looks like a big lion, like a dog lion, right? He would make a chow appear, and she was the one that was shoving it through the curtain, and then the crowd would go, What's he talking about? And I'm just sitting there watching this shit like, are you fucking kidding me right now? But that was literally a Vegas show. I think it was like an afternoon show, like 5 o'clock. She was doing a show.
People can't get tickets for Wayne Newton.
No, they couldn't get tickets for Roy.
Wayne Newton sold out. God damn it! I can't wait to see his rendition. Although I did it my way.
I love seeing people who don't like. I went to a Christmas party once, and Steve, Simone, and Joy were there, and they ran out of the room. It was
Oh, you're done. No, I don't want to see the dishes.
They freak you out.
Makes me nervous. I'm a Catholic.
He was doing card tricks. Literally
Don't let my
nothing.
coke disappear. I don't
Yeah.
let my coke disappear.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
There's only one way to do that. There's only one way to do that.
He just said give up
I don't know.
the
Some
ring.
people, magicians, clowns, they just,
Yeah.
they're full of twist and creepy
Oh
sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah, but ventriloquists freak me
They're
out.
great. Creepy sometimes.
Yeah.
I have a couple friends who became ventriloquists in comedy, like,
Yeah.
they fucking sell shit out.
Yeah.
They sell shit out on a Saturday night in the fucking, like off Route 52 in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
That's the name of that town because I used to be a comedy club.
Uh-huh.
But Saturday Night Late, he had that Santos guy. And that guy who's our rate.
Uh-huh.
He's a hypnotist, already hypnotist.
And he sells them out, Jack.
Really?
And he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I met him a couple times. He's always been very nice. I would open for him because as a feature act, you would feature for the headliner. He had 3 rooms. At
Yeah.
Club 56, 52.
I don't know where this
This
is.
is in Boston 15 years ago.
Wow.
This guy's dead and buried.
What's his name?
Ron Selma, Ron DeLuca, Ron something.
Yeah.
The comic kid said you're never going to get into Nick's or the other place.
You
The
just can't
big
help but be
Bill
excited
Boomerang.
for
Comedy Connection.
comedy connection.
Yeah.
This guy loves LA comedy. So he brought me out with Stanhope.
Nice.
He would bring me out with Stanhope, and I would do. He did like 70 shows in 2 days. The feature.
Jeez.
On 100 a show.
Yeah, man.
And he would give like a $200 bonus. You could eat lobster.
Dude.
He had lobster, that clam chowder, whatever you want.
He was selling out like that.
He had. It's where Jay Leno was from.
Yeah.
What's the name of that town?
Newton, Lowell, something like that.
Lowell.
Okay.
So he had like this building next to it was a Puerto Rican. A lot of Spanish people
Yeah.
next to it. So he worked off that. It was a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
He was where Jay Leno was 4 blocks away. It was across the fucking road, and we went 3 blocks. He took me over there and showed me his house. So it was in Jay Leno's
Wow.
hometown.
He worked where he lived. And he was pulling numbers like that.
He had Club 52 or 56. Listen to what he did.
Oh, wait, he owned it.
He owned it. So what he was doing was
What's the name of it? He's from Andover. Yeah.
Endo.
Oh, okay.
Club 56 was Andover, Mass. So they had a rule: if you worked for him, you couldn't work for Bill. Bill laid down the law. But when you were a feature, Bill wasn't going to work unless a headliner brought the comedy connection anyway.
Yeah.
In those days, they weren't really hiring features. Why would they bring a feature in? They got Boston's
Yeah.
39,000 features.
Exactly.
But this guy brought features because of that reason.
Yeah.
So he would do 7 o'clock in the run room was Tina and Tony's wedding. And he went all out.
Wow.
And the big room was that comedy would be, Stanhope, Rogan, Gabriel, and you. And then you would do 2 shows. So Friday you would do Worcester at the Aku Chinese restaurant, always people. They would drink those fucking
Scorpion Bowl.
Wait a minute. I know what you're talking about.
We all did it at one time.
Are you talking about I know exactly what you're talking about. And then you look on the tables and they had the lava flows. Like,
I would flow. And people would always puke there. So 2 shows, there was always a fist fight.
are you serious? That was it.
Always, that was Friday nights, and Saturday you headline. Most comics got hit. Most names got hit. They're like, we're not.
To sort of right the ship here for
We
the United
just
States.
fly.
That was a Herculean
Yeah.
effort there by Vernon Norwood, and this
Yeah.
is Bryce Deadman. He already has a silver medal. He competed as a part
Yeah.
of the 4x4.
So he would headline. He would have
So we know what
Worcester
he's capable
Friday,
of, but he still has
his club
to get a
Friday
little
and
bit
Saturday.
closer
So the
here.
whole weekend,
Botswana
I would
still
do
has the
close to
lead.
10
Team
shows.
USA
Jesus.
So 1 main headliner, Tina and Tony's wedding, a 2nd main room show, and a local show. And then midnight was Frank Santos, or 11 o'clock. was Frank Zappa.
They have a few of those in Massachusetts. The Chinese with the upstairs is comedy, which is great.
That's
Fried rice
crazy.
and comedy.
San Francisco does the thing for Jewish people. They hire for Christmas.
Oh,
When you leave it up, a Jewish comic, just,
that's funny.
it's a comedy show for Jews in a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, I love it.
I can know that.
When you first moved to Vegas,
Yeah.
what year was it?
1989. You know what's crazy? That's so funny that I'm talking to you right now because